Hello guys, what's up? My name is Carlos and today I wanted to do a quick video about something that I really enjoy doing, which is traveling. I think it's one of the best things someone can do to travel, meet new people, meet new cultures, find out how other people around the world live. It's just such an amazing experience, and it doesn't even have to be abroad. You can do it in your own country. I'm sure there's always variations of the culture of your country, or it can become something entirely different. But nevertheless, it's a wonderful experience and I would recommend everyone to do it. But the thing that I really wanted to talk about is language, because everyone knows that language changes from one place to another. You can have one word mean something here and then something completely different in another place, or it's not even used and people don't know the words, and so you end up with really weird situations where you can't really communicate with someone else. And at the moment it can seem like something really stressful because you can't get your point across to the other person, but it's when you look back on it, it's always really awesome experiences that you can tell your friends or your family about. And this has happened a lot to me. I've traveled a bit in my short life, so I'd like to tell you all a bit about what I've experienced around the world. So first of all, I'd like to tell you that I live here in Germany currently, so German is not my first language and I'm learning it, but it has caused some funny moments now that I look on it. It's funny moments that happened, but at the time I didn't think it was so funny. So the first thing that I remember right now, for example, is when I moved to Germany, I was trying to take a bus to come to my house, and the driver, well, he sold us a ticket, but we didn't realize that the bus we took didn't really go the whole way. It stopped midway and then we had to switch to another bus to get home. So when the bus suddenly stopped in the middle of the way, we were like confused, because we didn't know that the bus wouldn't get to the destination. So the driver, he sent us away from the bus. He said, "This is the last stop, get off the bus," basically. We were confused because we didn't understand German, but the guy told us that we had to take the bus that was right in front of the bus that we had just gotten off. But because we didn't understand, we just stood there like looking at him and looking at the other bus and thinking, "Oh man, should we get on it? Is our ticket valid there?" And then he was pointing frantically, "Yeah, get on the other bus, get on the other bus." And then when we finally understood him, we were too late. We walked to the bus and the other bus just took off, and we were like, "Oh my god, we didn't understand," and we had to walk all the way home from that spot. It was not funny at the time, but really right now it's just another story to tell. Another thing that happened to me while living here in Germany is that we live next to German neighbors. So one time our neighbor, he asked us if we could call him. We were about to go out for a walk and he said, "I'd like to join you, so just give me a call when you are leaving." But he said this in German because we are trying to learn, and we told him to speak with us in German. But unfortunately we didn't understand the part of him saying, "Please call me when you're leaving." So we just went out for a walk and we forgot to tell him. And when we came back, he was so sad. He was like, "Oh, you went for a walk? Oh man, I wanted to go too." And my heart was like, "Oh man, I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry I didn't understand that you said you wanted to come with us." Oh man, that was a bit embarrassing as well. Another situation that happened to me was in Belgium when I was traveling with some friends. We went to Brussels and we had to take the bus to our place where we were staying. So we got on the bus and none of us spoke any French or German. French is a bit similar to Portuguese and I had some lessons, but nothing on the level of being able to communicate. So I just had to gesticulate to the driver a little bit that we were going to this place and we needed to get off at that stop, and he just said something to us which we understood was, "Yeah, I'll let you know when we get there." So that was funny also to try to explain to him, "We have to get off at this stop." Yeah, I think basically the only thing we could say to him was the name of the stop, and he understood that, and he told us in French that he would let us know. So it was funny to go through it. But the story that stuck to me the most was one that happened when I was still living in Mozambique. For those of you who don't know where it is, it's in Southeast Africa, right beside Madagascar. And what happened was that I was walking back home with my cousin, and we met this Chinese lady. She looked really desperate at the time. She needed to get to the US embassy, and that's all we knew, because that's all we understood from what she was saying. She was speaking Chinese, but she didn't speak any English, any Portuguese. Yeah, Portuguese is the first language of Mozambique. She didn't speak any of it, so she was just saying things in Chinese, and the only thing we understood was that she was saying USA, and she drew with a stick on the sand a building and wrote in it USA. So yeah, the only USA related building around was the US Embassy. So we had to tell her how to get there. Of course we wouldn't do that, because trying to communicate with someone who doesn't speak any of your language is really hard. So we would have had to tell her, get on this bus and then take it on that direction, and then switch buses, and then you have to walk a little bit and then you'll get to your destination. So that was not going to happen. We didn't know how we would have gotten that point across to her. So the only thing we could do was take her to a Chinese restaurant that was around on the same street, but we had to take her there because they were the only ones. If anyone could speak Chinese, it would probably be at a Chinese restaurant, and luckily someone there did speak Chinese. And so we took her there. We just said to her, come with us, and we took her to the Chinese restaurant, and we asked for someone who spoke Chinese, and they spoke to the lady, and I think she got to the right place. We don't know. We left. We were actually in a bit of a hurry home. So yeah, I don't even know what she was going to do at the US Embassy, because she spoke no English whatsoever. And well, if she made it there, I don't know, but I hope that everything was okay with her. So yeah, I think that traveling is really nice, and especially when you don't speak the language of the other country, you can have some really stressful experiences at the time when you are going through them. But if you get past them, I think you can they turn into nice stories to tell your friends and family. So if you've had any experiences of this kind, gone someplace where you didn't speak the language, or the language is a bit different, that you've gotten into funny situations, you can let me know in the comments. If you like the video, you can subscribe if you like. So thanks for watching, and see you next time.